Morning yoga at the Reno Buddhist Center. Please grab a mat if you have some blocks. Bring some blocks to bring the floor up to you, a little bit of water. And then, of course, your beautiful self. And we'll take some time to get grounded and centered in our practice today. So if we could actually, this is a little informed practice on centering. Grab your hands, imagine that, and bring them down to the earth and just place them on the earth. And then just feel the connection between your hands and the earth and your feet and the earth. And take a look around this beautiful room. Notice all the colors, notice all the people and all the facets. You have such a beautiful view of the altar behind me. But just take in everything, help yourself to get grounded and centered and focused. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And this will help you to realize that you have entered a safe space. You have your bearings. You know where you are, and so you know that you can get comfortable here. Yoga is a time, obviously, for breathing and releasing any stored trauma that might be in the body, and to bring in new, fresh experiences of oxygen. Let go of the old, bring in the new. Perfect in time for spring. So now that you've arrived, you can bring your hands together in prayer at the heart and go bow your head to your hands. What are these new experiences that you want to bring in? Or what are these seeds that have lain dormant all winter inside your mind, inside your body? You're now willing to water and care for, sing to, and love so that they might germinate and sprout and become something in your life. What is it that you're coming to work on today? And then what is it that you're coming to release today? I'm going to do a reading from Mindfulness in the 12th Step. I invite you to place your hands on, you can leave them at your heart if you'd like, you can place them on your lap, either down if you'd like to stay with the same energy and you'd like to feel grounded with where you are now, or perhaps if you want to receive something different. Just go ahead and reach your chest up to the sky, roll your shoulders back and down, and pull your chin back, so that your spine is completely elongated. And you can start to breathe down into your belly, allowing your belly to fill with air, allowing your chest to fill with air. And then exhaling, keeping that chest lifted, but pulling the belly back towards the spine.
So they can be open. They can.
With every breath, make it longer and deeper. If it feels good, you can close your eyes down and just come into your internal space. Say hello to your body's energy. If that doesn't feel so comfortable, just make your gaze a bit softer, perhaps looking at the floor or the mat or your toes. You're just coming deeper inside and deepening in the breath and making it slower, more controlled. Remembering that throughout your practice, the most important thing you do here is breathe. Because it calms our mind and it calms our nervous system. It gives our mind a place to land in a safe terrain. Awakening the mind of love. What is actually happening here? And it's hard to understand business of spiritual awakening.
Buddhists say that awakening is the rising of bodhicitta energy, called the mind of love. This energy is the motivating force for the practice of mindful living, inspiring a deep wish to bring happiness to others. When bodhicitta is aroused, we desire to practice the 12-step principles in all our affairs of daily life, reaching out to others who are suffering. In Buddhism, this is called the Great Aspiration. The first part of the word bodhicitta, bodhi, means awake, or in another translation, enlightened, and yet another translation, open-hearted. The second syllable is chitta, meaning mind-heart, or attitude. In the Eastern view, mind and heart are not split, hence the phrase mind-heart. Bodhicitta energy changes our attitude. We don't want to be hardened and defensive anymore. We don't want to be separate and alone anymore. We don't want to be pretentious or dishonest with others. We want our heart to be open. Buddhists say bodhicitta is the only energy that really heals, reportedly able to transform even the hardest and crustiest of hearts, the most prejudiced and fearful of minds. Arising bodhicitta opens the soft spot in our heart. The soft spot is the part of us that is touched by the kindness of another. It recognizes beauty in the trees and the flowers, the blue of the sky, and the music so beautiful it makes you cry. But this very same soft spot feels fear, loneliness, and confusion. It's that soft spot. So it's a rising bodhicitta energy. Maybe that can be something that we can cultivate this spring. This mind heart, this desire to bring happiness and alleviate suffering for others out of the goodness of our mind heart. Let's bring those hands together, and we'll start our practice with one chant of Om with the 3 syllables Ah, O, and Inhale deep. And we'll inhale hands to the sides and up. Exhale, turn to the left and place the right hand in front, left hand in back. Inhale, center your hand. Exhale, turn to the other side. And just continue. As you bring your arms up, make sure you pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Put the shoulder joints into their sockets. Inhale. Exhale, whatever hand is in front, grab onto that knee. And we'll place the hand behind us. And with every inhale, we'll rise the crown of the head up, get straighter. And with every exhale, we'll go deeper into that twist. Keep the hair above the knee, and then the back hand comes up overhead and away from the knee-hand connection, whichever way you are. Oh, everybody's on separate sides, I thought so. Good. All right, now this hand up top is gonna reach for your other knee, so your arms are crossed in front of your body, and bow your chin to chest. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades behind your heart.
And then we'll inhale, rise up, arms up. Shoulders away from ears. Do a couple more turns and turns. Whichever way you turned last time, find yourself twisting the other way. Grab that knee in the front. Press down behind you. Inhale, raise yourself up from your crown. Exhale, turn a little bit deeper. Inhale, hold on to that knee, and the back hand comes up and over, away from that knee. Inhale, exhale, hand comes to the other knee, and we bow the head. If you like to use your Ujjayi breath, slightly constricting the back of your throat, inhale, arms up, and exhale, roll the wrists. I was going to call them ankles, but they're on the hands. Roll the wrists down to the side, and now we're going to do that again. But I want you to pick your favorite hand. So roll them up through center. Pick your favorite hand and watch it with your eyes. Don't move your head, but just watch it slowly fall to the side with your eyes. A little eye yoga this morning with your eyes all beautiful. Now let's roll them to the other way. Pick your other favorite hand. There's so many to choose from. And then follow that favorite hand down to the side. Okay, place the hands on the knees, and we'll just keep that eyes round. Slowly, and really stretch them. You're going to find, hopefully, well, I mean, maybe you have like really flexible eyes, but most of us just look at the screen and just look in one direction. So you might find that there are jerky in spots, or there's parts where they're not flexible, and that's okay. That's what we're here for. When we move our eyes like this, we stretch our optic nerve, we stretch our ability to be intuitive, and then we get this beautiful gaze on top of it, that Bollywood type of gaze. Go the other way. That ability to command your eyes. You can get anything you want with your eyes. What are you going to do with your power now that you have it? Hopefully you'll use it responsibly. Good, look up to your third eye center, look down to the tip of your nose. Up, down, up, up, down, up, down. Good job. Rub your hands. We're going to create some heat between the hands and then bring and cup our eyes. And wake it up, the whole body, even the eyes, right? Okay, now hands back between the ears, take the head around in a circle. Oh, that feels so good. As we come back and we inhale, let's just lift the nose a bit, kind of regally like queen, instead of crunching our head back. You don't want to hear when your head comes back, right? Good. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale the head back. And when you get to a good place to reverse that circle, please do. Head can come back up to your center now. The whole upper body is going to move in a circle. We'll inhale as we come down towards the earth. And then exhale as you pull the heart space back. a good place to reverse your roll. Good proponent of just stretching and moving everything before we get into any stagnant holding poses in yoga. I like to just have everything nice and warmed up. Come up through center and we'll drop that right hand down to the side. Inhale the left arm overhead, open up to the side body. And then exhale through center. Inhale over the other side. So using that inhale to open up between the ribs, to open up at the level of the armpit. Allow for some lymph drainage. Increase your immunity and your health. You just thought you were enjoying yourself. You're doing such good things for yourself and enjoying yourself at the same time. Good for you guys. And come back to the center, take those hands forward, stretch the fingers, and then thumbs inside and put them into fist, stretch. Fist, stretch, fist, stretch, and place them down in front of you. It's time for cat-cows. Now, if you have any carpal tunnel issues, life hack, blocks are your friends. You can allow for your hands to just relax, right? Or you can come up on top of blocks if that's an issue at all. You also have fists for you. Okay, so choose what works for you. Hands directly under shoulders, knees directly under hips, and we'll inhale, drop the chest, raise the chin up, look up, and then exhale, look to your belly as your belly rises towards the sky. Keep going, inhale, cat. Exhale, cat. There's a slight suspension at the top of the inhale. And a slight suspension at the bottom of the exhale. It's like you're reaching the horizon, but you're continuing to stretch up and stretch under. When the breath is not held, you're trying to breathe in more, but you can't. And you're trying to expel more air, but you can't. It's a suspension, it's not a hold. Back through flat back. This time we'll inhale the right arm and the left leg up to parallel. Really reach those fingertips forward and the toe tips back. And then exhale, gracefully place them back down. This time put on your core because that's going to help stabilize you. So suck in your core and then inhale left arm, right leg. Reach, and then exhale, release them down. Continue. Feel that heat rising in your spine. This is really a dynamic movement. Getting a workout in the back of that leg, in the glute, in the core. And then if you even pull your chin back, you're elongating the back of your neck. And you're helping work against that computer head that we get with the chin jutted forward. One more time. This time, let's take that right hand up into a Gyan Mudra, forefinger and thumb touching. Good. Now we're going to bend with the leg bend, the left leg bend. We're going to reach the toes towards the sky, and reach with Gyan Mudra towards the sky, and then exhale. The elbow and the knee come together under, or you can do knee to nose, whatever works for you. 4 more times. A little crunch. Replace and then knee, other side. Use that powerful breath. Bring in new prana, new life force into the body, into these parts that you're awakening.
remove that CO2. Awesome. Hand and knee down. Let's take those hips around in a circle. Press them to the side and down towards the knees, over to the left, and then maybe towards the wrist. The more, you might hear a little clicking here, that's your knees. Mine already did it. Maybe I'm just like click star this morning. Probably because I fell down on my roller skates. But it's okay, that's just your knee bone in there, it's just floating around. And get to a good place, reverse your roll, reverse your roll. Hands and knees, let's bring those knees as wide as the mat, big toes come to touch, and then we'll press back into an extended child's pose. Bringing the third eye to the earth, reaching those arms forward as you're pressing the tail down towards the heels. Now this is child's pose. You can come back here anytime you want. This is a very surrendered position, and when things get tough, sometimes it's nice to just feel into the connection between the ground and your body. You know, so getting those knees wider helps, and then also if you have a block, that might make it easier. Right. So in this position, we're going to work. We're going to do what I do with my pregnant ladies all the time. I teach prenatal yoga too, and it's important for everybody. Doesn't matter if you're pregnant or not, but we're going to work our Kegels. And if you don't want to work them, I'm not going to know if you're not doing it. You know what I mean? It's up to you. But we're going to combine the Kegel with the breath. So with the inhale, we're going to get all loosey-goosey down in the pelvic floor. And with the exhale, we're going to pull up and in on that pelvic floor and squeeze our Kegel muscle. Inhale, release. And exhale, tense. And remember that in yoga, we're getting to know about ourselves, right? That's what we're doing here. We're forming a relationship with us. We're breathing, we're working out, all that good stuff, but we're forming a relationship with us. We're getting to witness our mind and witness our body. So there's a big connection here with how much you can, how much you tense up and how much you let go. And maybe there's like a connection with life there too. There's another setting too. If you take the block out on one setting, that might make it a little bit easier. Okay, so now it gets even more difficult, right? Because the diaphragm pulls down, and it makes sense to get all loosey-goosey when the diaphragm pulls down. So now, as we inhale, we'll tighten the Kegel, and the pelvic floor will pull up against the diaphragm pulling down. Ha ha, resistance. And then exhale and let everything get loosey-goosey. Lots of reasons to do this. We got to work the insides of our body as well as the outsides, right? Those hidden muscles that help us with so much. There's the physical reasons for why it's good to have health in our inside of our bodies and to work our physical muscles. But then there's also the spiritual reason, especially for women, this is the center of our self-confidence. So we're flexing our self-confidence. And you got to know what's right for you, what works for you, and what doesn't. And you got to be able to say no, and you got to be able to say yes when you really mean it. So if at any time when we're doing these poses, you're like, man, this is too much for me today, I'm just going to take a child's pose. Then please do it. Okay. Stretch those arms out and then bring them over to the right.
Maybe you want to come up onto little piano fingers and tent the hands. And breathe into the left side opening. And then walk the hands over to the left. Keep that right buttocks on the heels and breathe into the right side opening. Come back through center. And let's press up to kneeling. We're going to take those knees together. Come on up. Hands on the thighs. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, and squeeze the shoulder blades behind the back as you open like a sunflower to the side, and then come back down to kneeling. So that's it. Let's do it 5 more times. You can do a slight back bend at the top. Maybe allow your chin to drop, if and only if it feels good. And then bring those hands forward. So we're going to start in child's pose, right? And then if you want to come back through hands and knees and then into cobra, that's fine. That's number 1. If you'd like to go a little bit more advanced, only if it feels good, we start in child's pose and then we slither our way to cobra. Inhale. And then exhale to child's pose. Back through hands and knees. Let's tuck those toes. You know what time it is. It's time to press up to downward facing dog. Yay. All right, press into the forefinger and thumb side of the hand. Bend your right knee a lot and press your left heel into the earth. And breathe into the back of that left leg opening. Reverse, so bend your left leg a lot, press your right heel to the earth, 3 breaths. And I will bend both legs a lot. Press into the hands, press your tail away from your hands so your back is straight. You're up on the balls of your feet, your legs are bent. This is like a crouch, okay? Good. Now tuck your shoulders into their shoulder joints, meaning pull the shoulders away from the ears. Rotate the elbow creases forward and triceps back. Good. Now, try with your feet on the balls to extend the legs. Stay up on the balls. Now only as far as you can keep your back straight and in that perfect position. Now attempt to bring your heels to the earth. And wherever they are today, that's where you are today in your downward facing dog. No judgment. Every day is different. My heels are not reaching the earth, but my back's in good shape. We're going to inhale to plank. And exhale down, please. 5 times, and then we're coming up to standing. And 5, walk those feet to the hands. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Good job. Bend the knees and then
extend the upper body on those legs. And just let the head hang. Shake it no, shake it yes. And then make sure it's not efforting at all and your back is hanging. If you need to take your blocks and bring the floor up to you, so that is a good call. And if you'd like to do gorilla pose, you can extend your legs and take your hand palm faced towards your sole of your foot. Bring the toes up into your wrist crease. And if that's not enough, you can bend your elbows back towards your legs and get a nice stretch in your forearms. Release the hand. Big bend in the legs, hands up to the waist, and we'll inhale with a flat back. Come on up. Beautiful people. Let's do a couple half sun salutations. I like to practice gratitude in my classes because you might not have already done your gratitude list today, so get it in there. So as we inhale, we will bring the hands out to the sides and then up on top, bring the hands into lotus, grab something that you're grateful for, and then bring it into your heart. Inhale. 4 more things that you're grateful for. It might not be enough, but you can do the rest after class. And this time, inhale the hands up. We'll turn the palms out and dive down with the heart towards the floor or the blocks. Inhale, reach the crown of the head forward. The hands can come onto the thighs. And then exhale, hands to the earth. Inhale, hands to the waist and come up with a flat back. Let's do that again a couple times. So inhale up. Exhale, dive. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands to the earth. And then inhale up with a flat back. Hands to the heart. So you can inhale, I'm just going to show you. You can inhale up with a flat back when you come up. That say is the best way for your back. But if you're the kind of person that really likes to put a bend in the back of your legs and roll up, and that feels good to you, do it. Okay, one more time. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands to the earth. And then inhale, come up the way you want to. Exhale, hands to the heart. I think that we've done enough floor work. We've done enough time on our hands, so I'm not going to take us through a full cleanse out. We're just going to go from right here, firmly planted on our feet, into our warrior sequence. So with those feet, I want you to look at them, make sure that your arches aren't collapsed. I like to collapse my arches if I have my normal way of doing things. And one of the best ways of doing that is to engage your quadriceps and perhaps pull your toes up. Good. Now, find the place where your hips are right over your heels. Now, where's your heart? Your heart's right over your hips. Shoulders are back and down. And then my head is right over my heart. Head, heart, hips. Heels all in one line, arms out to the side. Feel your grounding, your centeredness into the earth. How strong and how stable you are. I want you to remember this feeling, and I want you to keep this feeling in all of your warriors today, okay? Pressing into the floor with the big toe, the little toe, and the heel to the side of the foot. You're pressing the crown of your head up to the heavens. We're working on being strong enough so that we can cultivate that bodhicitta, that heart-mind connection, being strong enough to sacrifice, being strong enough to open our hearts, to remove the crustiness, to become less defensive because we don't need to. We're so strong. And that's what we're practicing here, somatically. Okay? Awesome. All right. Inhale, hands to the heart. Now come on to that left leg, a little bend in the leg. We're going to bring the right leg back. About 3 or 4 feet. And you're back, heel to heel alignment. Right, about a 45. Good. Now bring the hips forward. And bring the hands up. Drop those shoulders away from the ears. Breathe here. Trying to rotate the left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale up. Exhale, hands come down to the sides and it clasps behind the body. Cool. Now, press palm to palm and press your heart forward. This might be where you stay and you breathe. If you'd like to come into a humble warrior, inhale. Exhale, bow your body to the inside of that left leg and the arms come overhead. Inhale, come on up. Raise the hands up. And exhale, shake it down. Okay. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart. Now, weight in that front foot. We'll bend the back foot, get buoyant, and bring it forward. Good. Or you don't have to come down the right hand. Same thing here. Get centered on your right leg. Inhale, bring left leg back. Left hip forward, right hip back, facing the front of the room. Inhale, arms up. Breathe. Shoulders pulled down away from the ears. Right hip's pulling back, left hip's pulling forward. Equal weight on both feet. Inhale. Exhale, clasp the hands behind the back. Now, if you usually put right thumb over left, you'll know it's the weird way. Clasp the weird way. Good. Exhale, press the hands together, press the heart forward. Inhale here. Exhale, come forward, only if it feels comfortable. This is called humble warrior. So you have to be so strong to be humble, don't you? The misconception that humble people are weak. You have to be so strong to open your heart, to be vulnerable, to take that kind of risk. And you're embodying that right now. And now come up. All right. And we'll come to the front of the mat. Same thing here, but we're going to open up to warrior two. So inhale, right leg turns back. We got a heel to arch alignment, and we're going to turn our hips to the side of the room, whichever side it is. Good. So turning our hips to the side of the room. We're going to open our hearts by bringing our arms out to the sides and then looking over the front, middle finger with that gentle yoga gaze. Now take your hands down to your knee, or take your eyes down to your knee. You're going to want to be able to see those toes. You're going to see them poking out under that knee. And you're going to see that you're tracking your knee right over second and third toe. Not to the inside, not to the outside. So if you need to press it out a little bit with your mind, do so. Now, if you're leaning forward, you're a forward-thinking person. You live in the future. If you're leaning back, you live in the past. If you're right over your feet, you're living in the present moment, and that's where we want to be. We're going to inhale
and drop this front hand to the inside of that front foot or to a block. And raise the back hand overhead in one line with the leg. So you're very angular in this position. Oh, I'm not even on screen. All right, inhale, come on up. And take this a little bit deeper. So this back leg, let's come forward about 1 foot. Now, I like this block. I couldn't do this without this block. So this block is coming to the inside of my front foot. I'm gonna bring my hands out to the sides, and then I'm gonna, it's like this, I'm just pulling my hand forward, I'm going forward, I'm going forward, and then I'm gonna reach down to that block, and the right hand comes overhead, or the top hand comes overhead. If it feels good, you can look at it. Inhale, come back up. And then we'll take this back hand down to the thigh and raise the front arm over and lean back. Inhale, back. I have to remove that block because we're coming to the front of the mat. And all on the other side. So if you want to move the block to begin with, get yourself ready. We'll inhale and bring the left leg back. We're in that heel to arch alignment, and then the hips are facing towards the side of the room. Inhale, open those arms up, and then check on your knee. Make sure it's right over those toes, and you can see the toes. Good. Make sure you're right in the middle. Equal weight on those feet. And gentle gaze over the front hand. Now open your heart. Open your heart. You're strong enough to open your heart. You're a warrior. A little bit of buoyancy. No, that's what we did next. Sorry. I was going ahead of myself. So we're going to inhale and bring that hand to the block or to the floor. And then bring the back hand in one line with the leg. Side angle pose. And now come on up. This back foot comes a little bit closer. And we'll have your triangle. So now it's like somebody's pulling you forward and then you hinge towards that block. And you bind on the highest setting. The upper hand is reaching out towards the sky, and only if it feels comfortable, you can look at it. Bend in the front leg, and you'll come up. Straighten it out. The back hand comes towards the back thigh. The front hand comes overhead. A little back bend. Back to center. And we'll come to the front back. Exhale. Thank you. I'm gonna grab some water. All right. We did warrior 1. We did warrior 2. Couple more things. Let's do warrior 3. So come firmly rooted on your left foot. You're pressing into the earth, right? And this right leg is going to hinge back as you hinge your body forward. We can start with hands at the heart to keep it easy, even. So hinge, hinge, hinge. Try to keep both hips equidistant from the earth. If it feels good,
You can bring your hands out to the side and fly, or bring them forward. Inhale, come up, but don't put that foot down. The foot's going to come to the calf. And then we'll push the knee out. Retreat. Shoulders away from the ears. Look at one of the beautiful knots on the floor that isn't moving. Bend through your standing leg a bit and bring the ankle up on top of the thigh for figure four. It's an intense standing sequence. My yoga teacher used to do this to us for like 5 minutes. Gets you really good at being stable. All right, come on up now, cross that leg over. See if you can't grab a little of that calf muscle behind you. If you can't, no big deal. Good. Now I have my right leg over my left. So if whatever leg you have over the other, that hand goes underneath, so right hand on the left. Try and bring the palms of the hands together. Now drop the shoulders down, raise the elbows up. And then you'll fly. You start flying and you're flying. Good job. Shake it out. Shake it out. Good job, standing lady. You're getting stronger every day. That's what happens. These things require practice. Now, when you fall out of position, watch your mind. What does it do? Just curious. What does it do? What does it do when you don't do exactly what you're supposed to do? Just coming to know yourself. Pressing into that standing leg to my right. So we'll inhale and then exhale, hinge. Maybe you want to leave your hands right there or bring them out to the sides. Inhale, come up, but don't plant the foot. Instead, we're going to bring it into tree. Bend through the standing leg, bring that foot over the knee for figure four. And then into eagle. Yes, it does. Ooh, and like a phoenix, you are reborn. Let's take it down to the ground. As you desire, you shall have it. As you wish, princess pigeon. Inhale up. Exhale, dive. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands to the earth. Inhale, right leg back in a lunge. Exhale, left leg back into plank. Inhale, top of a push-up. Exhale, drop the knees, the chest, and the chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, come back to extended child pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, touch toes, push up. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts.
And then we'll take that right foot over to the left with a bent knee. All right. So this is your inhale. Exhale, we'll find that right knee touching the left elbow. Ready? Exhale. 3 more times. And this time, bring it forward and prepare for pigeon. So that right foot goes over to the left, drop the knee, extend back. Good. Let's inhale, press the heart forward, and then exhale, come down over that leg. Press your way on up, weight into the hands, tuck the back toe underneath. Let's bring this foot actually up into a lunge. And then we're gonna angle the feet up. Good, you can drop this back knee if it feels comfortable. And if it feels comfortable, come down to your forearms. Then if you'd like to tuck the back toes and bring that knee up, you can if you'd like, for lizard, pigeon into lizard. I almost forgot about lizard. Drop the back knee and tuck the toes. Weight in the hands, and we'll bring that leg back to a plank and up to a downward facing dog. Other side, so the left leg lifts. Bend through the knee, bring the right foot over. Bring the left foot over to the right. Inhale. Exhale under the body and over to the right elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And then take that foot, bring it over to the right, plant it down, and pigeon. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, come down. And now press your way on up. Tuck the back toes up onto it. And then bring this foot into a lunge. Angle the toes out to the diagonal. If you want, drop your back knee and come on down. Come back onto your hands and come onto the toe of the back foot, back up to downward facing dog. And then drop the knees down, press the buttocks back towards the heels. For child's pose, this time bring your arms down to your sides. Press on up. And we'll take the hips to one side and just extend the legs out. Bring the toes up towards the face. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge towards those legs. Relax the head. Claw your way on up. And we'll take the soles of the feet to the earth and prepare to roll back for our final pose, which will be bridge. So bringing the heels as close to the buttocks as possible, hands down by the sides. We'll inhale, press into those feet. Press the body up, come on top of the shoulders, and then clasp the hands under the body. Try and wiggle the shoulders under the body. Press to the feet, press the chest towards the chin. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale, unclasp the hands, and exhale, roll down upper back and middle and lower and sacrum, and bring the feet to the sky. Roll out your wrists and your ankles one last time. They worked so hard today, so please do give them a thank you for always being there for you. And then bend those knees, take that arm to the inside and then the hands to the outside of those feet. Try and push your lower back down into the earth as you pull your feet, trying to pull your knees towards the earth. And feel that you are a happy little baby. Maybe it feels good to rock side to side. Maybe it feels good to extend one leg and then the other. Whatever feels good to your happy little baby self. Release the legs and bring them down to the mat. It's time to do nothing. Yay! Time to do nothing. So if you need to pick up your hips and flop them back down, pick up your shoulders, flop them back down, flop your feet out to the side, arms out to the side. Maybe tuck your neck. And then we're going to release control on the breath. We're going to consciously relax the soles of the feet and the palms of the hands. We're going to relax the tongue away from the upper palate, let it be slack in the mouth. And we're going to release the pelvic floor. Release the area between the eyes, the inner eyes, the outer eyes, and the ears. Send a wave of relaxation from the crown of your head, through your scalp, all through your face, your neck, shoulders, arms, each and every finger, chest, back, belly, hips, thighs, lower legs, feet, and each and every toe. For a moment, just be a person being and not a person doing.
start to rub your fingertips across your thumb tips. One by one. Deepen the breath. Alright, inhale those arms up overhead. Stretch fingertips away from toe tips. And exhale, pull the knees into the chest, hug them in. Inhale, release the soles of the feet to the earth and raise the left arm overhead. We're going to take the knees over to the left and the head's going to come on top of that left arm. The right hand's going to come down to your heart. And I would like for you to speak some kind words to yourself, say some thank yous to you, say some appreciations to you. It can be as simple as thank you so much for working me out and breathing me deep and getting to know me a little bit better. Only you know what you need to hear. And so often we don't hear it from other people. We have to hear it from us. That's our job. Take that right hand down to the earth and press into that hand. The head is flat. It's the last thing to come up if needed. We're going to stay very within with our beautiful selves in this relationship that we've been cultivating. Bring those hands to the heart, finding perhaps your heartbeat in the thumbs. This last moment of stillness. We'll end with one chant of Om to seal in our practice. Om. Heavy. Thank you so much for coming to practice today to create more peace, more love. Remove the crustiness from your heart. You can shine it forward like the beautiful, spiritual, loving warrior that you are. I so honor that light that resides in you. I recognize it, the same one that resides in me. For we are all one. Namaste.
Namaste.
If I didn't get to meet you before class, please come tell me your names. I'll put on my mask so you don't know who I am anymore.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Like now I'm a superhero, guys.
And thank you everyone for coming. This means so much. We've had like one person, for months, for a year.